I'm going to reveal everything we did in her incredible beauty journey and share how I customized treatments to enhance someone's unique features, transforming them into a more naturally beautiful, more confident version of themselves. And the best part is, everything we did was achieved through non surgical, non invasive treatments. So these results don't wash off.
When you're thinking about getting a cosmetic treatment, just ask yourself this one crucial question. Will this enhance my appearance? Not every treatment is going to benefit everyone. It's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. That's why I believe that beauty begins with knowledge and knowing what treatments will actually enhance your look. A lot of what I do as a cosmetic provider goes beyond making someone look younger. Much of my role revolves around enhancing someone's natural beauty. And this is the most rewarding part of my job because I get to witness the profound influence it makes in their life. I see how it improves their self-esteem and gives them more confidence. Figuring out if you're a good candidate for something is the foundation and the first step that can empower you to choose which injectable treatments will truly enhance your appearance. So I'm going to reveal exactly how I enhanced her look and why we chose that particular treatment. And make sure you stick around to the end because every step was an integral part of her beauty transformation.
The first step in enhancing her appearance was Botox.
In the aesthetic industry, Botox is known as the gateway drug. Out of all the injectable treatments, Botox is the least intimidating, and it's a very fast procedure compared to filler. And it also comes with a lot less serious possible complications. So most people usually start out with Botox or other neuromodulators like Dysport and then progress to getting fillers or biostimulators like Sculptra.
We treated her in the most common areas, her forehead and in between her brows, and with future treatment, she did eventually go on to treat her crow's feet.
Botox enhanced her appearance in two significant ways. The most traditional way, which is
it helps reduce wrinkles to the upper face. So it makes people look less tired and more refreshed. Now you may be thinking, isn't she too young for Botox? But guess what? If you start early enough before your lines are too etched in and deep, and you keep up with it, you'll likely never form 11's forehead lines or crow's feet. So that's one less thing you'll have to worry about.
Another way Botox can enhance your appearance is by relaxing facial muscles. When you relax certain facial muscles, it can minimize unflattering facial expressions.
She's naturally very expressive, so minimizing overexpression helps.
The most common expression that people want to target is frowning. But here's where the customization comes in. You don't have to be completely frozen, and not everyone wants to look frozen. Some people still want to actually be able to make the angry face.
Notice she can still frown, she just can't frown to the extent that she could before. And I commonly do this type of customization for my patients who are actors, who still need to be expressive. Another important area we treated with Botox was her chin. You can even see in this picture her chin muscle's tensing here, and she's not even aware of it. When the muscle tenses, it pushes the chin up and in and creates dimpling. And after a treatment, the muscle relaxes, relieving the tension and dimpling. And if you want to go into more detail about how Botox can help your chin, check this video out after.
Because Botox relaxes this muscle in your chin, it can make your chin filler last longer, which brings us to the next treatment we did on her, which is treating her chin with filler.
So what makes her a good candidate for chin filler? If we were to look at her profile and we were to draw a vertical line from the border of her lower lip straight down to her chin, we can see that there's a gap. The further back you are away from this line, the more recession your chin has. The closer your chin is to this line, the more balanced your chin is. This video will help you determine if you're a good candidate for chin filler, so check it out after if you want to figure out if chin filler can enhance your look. We started off with 2 syringes and followed it up with a 3rd syringe a month later, and what that did was a few things. 1, it markedly balanced her profile and side views by adding projection, and it elongated the lower third of her face, which also helped with balance because if your lower face is very small, the eyes will focus more on the middle of the face, and when that happens, it can make your nose look larger.
A few months go by and she was ready for another beauty enhancement. So
next, we treated her smile lines and her lips for a total of 1 syringe. We gave her a natural looking lip enhancement, and my idea of a natural looking lip enhancement is I don't want to look at you after and know you had your lips done. This looks completely natural. Then 5 months later, we treated her lips again to further her enhancement.
And if you watch my other videos on lip filler, this is a really good way to treat, is to do conservative progressive enhancements rather than doing a lot of volume all at once in one sitting. And 5 months is typically the time most of my patients want to come back and maybe go a little bit fuller.
We also put more into her smile lines to soften them up even more and added a little to her chin. So for a total of 1 syringe, we were able to target all 3 areas because we had treated them before, so we were just furthering her enhancements. So from baseline to now, you can see her progressive lip enhancement and softening of her nasolabial folds or smile lines. So to recap, from baseline to now, we've done Botox, and we also did a lip flip with Botox, chin filler, lip filler, and filler to soften her smile lines, and this was a really nice improvement, but we're not done. If you notice, everything looks softened up because there's less shadows. The shadows by her nose are better, and the shadows to her chin are gone because we treated it with Botox and we did chin filler. But there's a little shadowing to her under eyes, and that makes her look a little tired.
Comment below if you've ever heard the saying, when you change the curtains, you notice the carpet needs cleaning. When we make one improvement, so let's say a room in a house, it'll reveal other areas that could also use attention or enhancement. It's a really common thing that happens in this field. When you treat one area of the face, or in her case, a few areas of her face were treated, other imperfections become really apparent, like the dark circles under her eyes. And this brings us to the next treatment we did, which was under eye filler. Let's talk about why she's a good candidate for under eye filler.
A lot of people have darkness to their under eyes because the under eye skin is very thin. So because the skin is thin, it's easier to see the underlying blood vessels, which contributes to darkness. So just having darkness alone under your eyes doesn't make you a good candidate for under eye filler, unless you have a hollow or depression. And she does have a concavity or depression, and you can see that here. So for people who have this concavity or depression, they're a good candidate for under eye filler.
Providing that you don't have episodes of swelling to your under eyes. If you have episodes where your under eyes swell, you may not be a good candidate for under eye filler because you may have side effects of recurrent swelling after treatment.
So we treated her with 1 syringe of filler, and you can see her under eyes look less dark, and she doesn't look as tired and drawn in. It's not perfect, but it's a big improvement.
And when it comes to the under eye area, you can't expect perfection. There can always be darkness even after filling this area. And under eye filler can help lessen the darkness by filling in the concavity, which we did, but you never want to over treat this area. Less is more. And some people even believe in under correcting this area to avoid the problems of possible swelling in the future, which is a known issue in this area. But if swelling does end up happening, you can always dissolve the filler, and that should correct the issue.
So before anything to now, Botox, chin filler, filler to lips, smile lines, and under eyes. Here's how these treatments have made a difference in her daily life.
The first thing we did was Botox, and after we did Botox...
How did Botox make you feel?
Botox made me feel beautiful. I was always so self-conscious of my 11s, and it would stay all the time, especially when I was dehydrated or, after a day in the sun or something. It made my eyebrows a lot more lifted, so I didn't have to keep filling them in as often. That was the first thing I noticed. Then I also just noticed it made my eyes look bigger and brighter, so it kind of just took away a lot of the other makeup I would have to do. I used to wear a lot of cat eye eyeliner because it, brought up my whole face. And really, I only stick to mascara anymore because that's all I need. I always say I froze my face at 25, so I'll look 25 forever. I love my profile now. It was always something that I would avoid in photos. If someone took a profile photo of me, it was never one I would post, or I would edit it just to make my nose look smaller. Now I feel like when I see my profile photos, everything looks much more symmetrical. And I also like the way my jawline looks versus just this round penny-shaped face. It gave me structure, a lot of structure on my face. So, a lot of people, I was scared to do lip filler at first because I've seen a lot of botched lips. But I decided to take the plunge, figured it was time. After we did my chin, I thought once I did a little bit of lip filler would kind of help, just make it a little more plump and even everything out. So we started with lip filler. It made me immediately feel sexy and gave me that kind of pouting look. I liked the amount we had, but I did put a little more oomph to it. So you had suggested lip flip, and that was the most perfect thing to maintain the lip filler without overdoing it and continuing to fill it. All it did was made my upper lip not disappear when I smile. And I still have a bit more fullness. The lip filler for me has stuck around for a while. And the lip flip has been the most perfect maintenance in between. It's more cost efficient, it's less invasive, less downtime, and it has kind of started to atrophy my muscles, so it's just stayed like that now. And my upper lip is much more fuller than it's ever been from the lip flip.
So you've never been one to wear a lot of makeup in your life, you mentioned.
No, I really don't like face makeup. Feels dirty.
So what are you wearing now?
Right now I have mascara, a little bit of concealer in my under eye, and I filled in my eyebrows. That's it.
Cool. And do you feel like with the injectables that we've done, all the things that we've done, that you wear less makeup?
Absolutely. My under eyes. When I look at before photos now, it's dark, and now I just have so much more lightness under my eyes, and I look a lot more awake. When I look back at a photo now, it's ridiculous to see how deep the under eyes were before. It was such a minimal amount that we used, but that little bit completely transformed my under eye.
So out of all the things we've done, what do you think enhanced your beauty the most?
My chin. 100% my chin. I had an almost inverted chin before. Completely did not exist. The first time we did it, I couldn't get over how much it completely changed the entire shape of my face. It elongated it. It made my nose look smaller. It brought out my smile a bit more. Lifted the rest of my face just from the structure it provided. I started around a 3 and I now feel like I'm at a 9. There's definitely some more things we can do, but when I see my before and after, I feel like I looked so sad and dull. It's kind of crazy that I waited as long as I did to do some of the things I did, such as Botox, under eye filler, some of the small things that could have enhanced my beauty a long time ago. I wish I would have done them sooner because I feel so much more confident. Every single morning I wake up and look in the mirror. There's definitely some more things we can do.
So what more can we do to enhance her look? This is where the customization, as far as her aging category and lifestyle, come into play.
Tell me about your daily routine. How often do you work out?
About 6 days a week. I work out almost every single day. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you do cardio?
I do cardio, weights, a little bit of everything. My body fat is really low on my whole body. Pat on the back to me. But the only thing is it's not good for my face. So it takes away a lot of the youthfulness in my face.
If we look at her, you can observe that one side of her face has more volume, and the side that has less volume, her right side, shows more shadows. She has a deeper nasolabial fold on her right side than she does on her left. Everybody usually has a side that they prefer to take pictures on. What is your good side and why?
100% always has been this side because it's more full. This side in photos, I feel like there's not as much fat on my face, so it looks flat, and I have more shadows, more hollowing, and it makes my nose look bigger because there's not as much filled here.
She falls into the facial aging type of thinker, and she works out a lot. So she's an excellent candidate for Sculptra, and with Sculptra, we'll target the areas of volume loss to her face.
And if you want to learn more about the facial aging types, check out this video after.
And you may be thinking, oh my God, she's crazy to do this so young. But it's not like we wake up one day and look our age. Aging happens day after day, month after month, year after year, and years turn into decades. And once you start to notice the volume loss, it's just going to become more apparent with time. So based on her age and the amount of volume loss she had, we started out with 2 vials. She fell in love with the results and wanted to do a third.
And these are results from 3 vials. You can see her face is not as drawn in, and her right side, the side that had less volume, has filled out more. This was the hollow area we targeted, and you can see she has a little more volume after. She's a lot more tan in her after photo because these pictures were taken in November to July of the next year.
A lot of times I get comments from people stating, you need to make sure their hair and their makeup and the lighting is the same in both before and after photos. And what people don't understand is a few things. 1, these pictures were taken almost 3 years apart. People change their hair color, they change their makeup, and their skin color changes based on how much sun exposure they get. We started her Sculptra in the winter in November, and we took her photos from her results in the summer of July. So she's tanner. Nothing is is meant to deceive, I really do try to make sure I have consistency in every photo. But it's a lot easier when you're taking pictures of results from filler because filler results are instant.
Here's how she feels since having Sculptra.
The biggest thing was my smile lines. It felt like, to me, when I looked in the mirror, they were folded over almost. And it really kind of drew all the attention to this part of my face and not in a good way. Especially from the side, I would have the wrinkle and then my chin is popping from the chin filler, but this had nothing to it. So I would always look at this in the mirror, especially from my profile view, and face on, I looked so tired because there was just nothing here. After the collagen, produced after the Sculptra results came in, I noticed all of a sudden I don't look tired when I wake up in the morning. And I don't have the folds, I don't have wrinkles. And the greatest thing about it too is like when I touch it, where I did have the Sculptra injected, I don't feel anything. You don't feel filler, you don't feel anything there. It's mine. Like, this is all mine. And that's what's so cool about it.
So that was our incredible beauty transformation. And
if you want to learn more about how injectables can make you look more naturally beautiful, click on these videos.